So you want to rehabilitate an injured knee or fix knee pain. Well, in this video, I'm going to take you through a follow-along routine in real time where I'm going to show you a proven strategy that's going to fix most knee problems and rehabilitate your injuries.
We are the gym that teaches people how to move instead of just exercise, because we believe that health is about performance, not just body image.
Now, the reason why this strategy works so well for most knee injuries is because the knee is a pretty simple joint, and barring any, really unique circumstances, this strategy is going to work for most knee injuries. Now, of course, don't take this as medical advice. If you have a serious knee injury, of course, go and see a specialist and see what they want you to do. But if you've just got a niggling knee injury, something that's been bothering you for a long time, if you've had a diagnosis a while ago, you know it's nothing sinister, but whatever you've done hasn't been able to fix it, then this is a really good go-to strategy for you. And the reason why this works so well, again, is I said the knee can only it only has two functions that it wants to do. It wants to either flex or extend. That's really it. And everything that you do, like the knee doesn't like rotation, and it certainly doesn't like lateral pressure. So it's all really about flexion and extension. So what we need to do is strengthen the calves, strengthen the hamstrings, strengthen the VMO, the quads, but the part of the quadricep that stabilizes the knee, that prevents it from tracking inward, and also strengthen the glutes, which help to like good hip stabilization is going to help with knee stabilization as well. So I'm going to show you 5 exercises, and we're going to do this as a follow-along routine. So I'm going to do it in real time, and I'll just do 1 round. And you could do 3 rounds of this, maybe 2 times a week, and it's going to give you a massive, massive positive impact. So the first one we're going to do is a front foot elevated split squat. I'm going to stand up on this step here, and what I do when I do a split squat, if you think about the position that my legs are in when I do a squat, like this, I think of doing the same thing with a split squat. So I've got that same space between my legs and my feet are turned out at that same pitch. And that's different for everybody. You need to find what works best for you. I've squatted a lot, so I know where the angle of my feet should be for a squat. That's something that you want to play around with yourself, by how far wide apart your feet should be, and also what angle the toes should turn out to. It's going to be different from individual to individual. So, hey, in case we haven't met, my name's Rad Burmeister. I'm one of the co-founders of Unity Gym and co-creators of the UMS, the Unified Movement System, where we make driven people strong, flexible, and fit. If you want to know how we do that, you can grab one of our free blueprints. There's a link in the description of this video where you can download all of them for free. Or if you want to grab one of our standalone programs, you can get any of our calisthenics programs, flexibility programs, injury rehab. We've got a lot of great stuff that you can get by clicking the link, looking at our library. And hey, if you're a high achiever and you want to get started on your journey to being strong, flexible, and fit with our Unified Movement System, you can work with me personally and my team by getting a 30-day free trial of our UMS, where we give you done-for-you 1-hour workouts with follow-along videos, tutorials, everything you need, periodize it every 4 weeks to make sure that you stay on track, and put you into our private group where you can connect with me personally to get coached. Click the link in the description to start your 30-day free trial now. I've set up for my split squat, and now what I'm going to do, under control, I'm going to come down slowly, pause at the bottom for a second, and then back up. So we want to go 1001, 1002, 1003, pause, and back up. And the main reason why we're doing that pause, I'm just going to do 8 reps here. The main reason why we do this pause is to really make sure that you've got full range of motion. So by pausing, it allows me to really make sure that there's no further I can go. So I'm preventing myself from just doing these sort of half reps. We really want to train full range of motion. Now that said, with knee injuries, if you find that if you go past here, it hurts you, don't go beyond that point, especially if you've got something like a meniscus tear or something like that, which is what I've suffered in my knee. You want to, like the range of motion that you go is a way of manipulating load, okay? So if you feel that you can't go past here without pain, then train that range of motion, and then as you get better, start going to here, and then start going to here, and you'll find that your range of motion hopefully should increase pain-free, okay? But don't train through pain. That's not a good idea, okay? Now we're going to change sides, and we're going to get 8 reps on this side, okay? So 1. Split squats are such a good exercise because it develops this beautiful flexibility in the front leg. It also doubles up by developing flexibility in the hip flexors of the back leg. It's unilateral strength, so it allows you to work out any imbalances between the left leg and the right leg. And it trains all the major muscle groups in the leg. It trains the glutes, trains the hamstrings, trains the quadriceps, trains the calves. So it's a great exercise to be including in your training. And after this knee rehabilitation phase of programming, you want to still use split squats in your training. So I lost count, but let's call that 8 reps. I don't pair the split squat with anything because it's demanding enough and it uses all the main muscle groups in the body. So now we're going to move on to our first set of paired exercises. We're going to do some side step ups and we're also going to do some glute ham raises. So a side step up, I'm just going to grab these dumbbells because I want to illustrate that you really should load these up. That said, there's a few things you've got to make sure you can do. The foot is going to turn out to a 15-degree angle and we're going to force that knee outward, okay? So that as I do my step up, as I come up and down, that knee tracks over the toes. Hopefully you can see that from the angle of the camera. What we're avoiding is this. Okay? If you can't do that, get rid of the weight, try it without any weight, and until you can make that knee track over the toes, like what I'm doing, that's the number one thing you should be working on. Okay? I'm just going to do 12 reps here, but for a knee injury, this is a really good exercise to do high reps. Okay, to do 20 repetitions on each leg. Okay, so let's change sides. And with this one, you only do a 1-0-1-0 tempo. So 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. It's much quicker. Okay, so really good to do 20 repetitions of these on each leg when you're rehabilitating a knee injury. Why? Because we want to train the stabilization aspect of the VMO, the oblique portion of the vastus medialis. And so we're looking to hit those slow twitch muscle fibers more, the muscle fibers that are going to be more responsible for stabilizing the knee. And so that's why the higher rep ranges work really well. Now we're going to get down for a glute ham raise. Now, this is what we've got at Unity Gym. We've set this up so that we can do these exercises, but different gyms have different ways of doing this. If your gym or your home, if you don't have anything like this, we train people in our home workouts to do this with their feet under a couch. So if you imagine like if this was your couch and you just put your feet under it with your knees on a pillow, you can do the same thing that I'm about to do here. You can also do, as long as you can get your toes under something, so if there's something about this high and you can hook your toes under, you can do the glute ham raise that way as well. As long as you can just anchor your feet under something, and it's going to stabilize your body. Now from here, what I'm going to do, I want to keep my hips forward as far as I can. I want to avoid my hips coming back as I go down. And I'm going to really tighten up my body. So I'm going to tense my arm. I'm going to lower down until my head touches the ground. And then I'm going to come up and push those hips forward. So that's really important that the hips push forward like this. So I don't want to come up like this. See how my hips came back? That's really wrong. You don't want to do that. Hips forward. Come down under control, and then back up hard and push the hips forward as you come up. Again, so we're just going to do 5 to 7 reps of this one. I think that's 4, so I'll just do 5 today. And why such a low rep range? Because the hamstrings are predominantly fast twitch muscle fibers. They respond better to higher intensity, lower volume, okay? And then the last 2 exercises that we're going to do is a leaning forward calf raise and then a tibialis raise. So from here I want to lean forward, come up and down. And when you do your calf raises, you just want to think of a controlled movement up and down. You don't want to do this. Okay? We want to control on the way up, control on the way down. Control on the way up, control on the way down. Of course you can hold onto a dumbbell here if you want, so you can add some weight to it. And for the calf raises, we want to do some higher volume as well here. So 12 to 15 reps is going to work really well. Calves respond well to higher rep ranges. Okay. I've lost count, but let's call that 9, 10. And I'm not really thinking of a tempo here. All I'm thinking is control. I don't want to rush my movement. And I'm being very intentional with my end range. So my end range down the bottom here, and then end range up the top, okay? And then we're going to pair that one with a tibialis raise. So we always do opposing muscle groups. So the opposing muscle system here is the tibialis raise. Okay, so I'm going to come down all the way. So I'm just leaning on the wall, trying to keep a straight line from my shoulders down to my feet. And these are so much harder than they look. You might be looking at this thinking, oh, that looks rubbish. Try it. Try it out. They're really challenging. And if it's even that many has fried me. And if you find, if that's too hard for you, there's a way you can regress these by doing them just on the ground, just like this. It might look silly. I remember when I first saw these and I thought, what would that do? Try it. Try doing 20 of these. See how many you get out. Okay? And we're just training the tibialis anterior here. And that's it. That, if you do 3 rounds of that twice a week, so you'd want to have a 72-hour break between sessions. So you do it on Monday and Thursday, or on Tuesday and Friday, or Wednesday and Saturday, whatever you want to do. Do it on your leg day, of course. If you're somebody that goes to the gym, this would replace your leg workout if your knee injury is bad enough. Like honestly, if you do those split squats for 3 sets with, you know, and you load it up with some dumbbells, that's a really challenging exercise. And if you then, you know, put 3 sets of these other 4 exercises in as well, that's a whole leg workout there. If you're somebody that's far more experienced and you're used to doing heavy back squatting or front squatting or whatever it is that you like to do, and your knee injury isn't that bad that you can't do that stuff, then just do your primary lift first. So do 3, 5 sets, whatever you're doing in your program at the moment, of your front squat or back squat or low bar back squat or Olympic lifting or whatever you're doing. And then you can do this as the supplementary part to your leg training. Let me know how you go. This is a really good strategy. It's worked for me. I've got a flap tear on my medial meniscus. Worked for my brother Yanni, who rehabilitated a full ACL tear where he had to get surgery, get his ACL reattached, where they took a graft from his hamstring. And it's worked for hundreds of people around the world that we've taught it to that have had really nasty knee injuries as well. So let us know how you go. And if you've got any questions, hit us up and we'll help you out. Hey, thanks for watching that video. If you liked it, consider subscribing to our channel and make sure you click the notification bell so you know when our weekly videos are uploaded. Now, the best thing for you to do if you want to stay connected with us and get free online coaching is to join our private Facebook group. It's called the UMS Movement Mastermind, and we go live daily where we answer our members' questions. It's very interactive because you can post questions while we're live and we interact with you on the show. You can also upload videos or pictures of yourself with any movements, any stretches, strength training movements, calisthenics, weightlifting, anything that you're struggling with, and we'll critique you, give you feedback, let you know how you can get better. It's a really valuable resource. It allows a lot of communication with us and also our senior tribe members. You'll get answers very, very quickly, and it's absolutely free. So jump on Facebook, search for UMS Movement Mastermind and join now. Until next time, have a great day.